Hello, and a warm welcome back to Home Ed Adventures. So, this week we are going to be taking you on the adventure that we just did in fundraising for completing, instead of the 10,000, we ended up doing 15,000 feet skydive, and how we overcame our fears and how that plays out in other areas. So, without further ado, let's fly.
It is time to jump. How do you feel?
Good.
I don't know. It's real. It's getting real. Like, it was all fun and games until I suited up, and now I'm like, oh, it's real. Tentative, excited, grateful, and I just can't wait until it's done now. Yeah, thank God we were first in the queue as well. Nick, how are you feeling?
Much better than last time.
Yeah?
Last time I was a bit of, I don't know, kind of nervous and don't know what's coming. But anyway, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
So I heard you upgraded from 10,000 foot to...
Yes.
To what?
What?
To 15,000 foot.
Well, that means we may lie down by the evening. So we got plenty of time to...
Or like in Romania. Yes, we're going 5,000 feet more because we wanted to show you. We were serious on Wednesday. It wasn't us. We didn't chicken out. We're very brave. So,
Are you going to try to
they
fly to
offered us
another
an extra
country?
5,000 feet and we took it. Didn't we?
Mummy.
How are you? Thank you. How are you feeling? You feeling excited?
Yeah?
Good.
Are you going to do some acrobatics?
Especially that I'm going to do it with you.
Are you going to do some acrobatics?
The free jump it is. So maybe 20,000 next year. 30,000. Yeah. Maybe just keep going. Sky's the limit. Like, yeah, we're grateful.
What are you gonna do?
Right before we jumped, I was introduced to my lovely cameraman Dave, who confused me with his backpack that said Bob. I used lots of humour to calm my nerves, and was really sweet and a really good cameraman. Gave me really good instructions, as you'll see. But just before I jumped, literally 15,000 feet up in the sky, going to jump out of the plane, already really anxious. He turned to me at the last minute and he's like, just don't ask what happened to Bob. And I was like, no. But he was a really lovely guy, and all of them actually, all the the instructors, everyone, they're just so professional but so lovely, and so had a really good way of calming the nerves, and just really nice people.
Bob. I'm reading Bob. Dave, my cameraman.
I'm Dave. This is Dave there.
I know, I'm confused. Okay, so this is
Samantha. Hello, I'm Dave. I'm going to be your cameraman. You're a skydiver now. Yeah. So I need you to do two things for me. I need you to look at my camera, and I need you to look at your.
Right.
Can you manage that?
I'll try.
So, now, if you've got an idea of how fast we're going, when I wave at you, that means your parachute's about to open.
Okay.
Keep your eyes fixed on me and see how quickly I fall away. Yeah.
Easy, can't
You're making my heart beat fast. Well, how fast is it?
Falling roughly about 125 miles per hour.
Did you hear that? 125 miles per hour. Like free falling.
Free falling.
Yeah. So when the parachute opens, how fast is it?
So we can go from 125 miles an hour. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, so there'll be a little bit of a snivel while the parachute opens, which will slow that thing down slightly. And that'll be a nice glide down back in the belly.
How many jumps have you done?
2,000.
Is that you borrowed Bob's equipment?
I borrowed Bob's equipment.
Do you record your jumping?
Sorry?
Do you record your jumping means in your diary somewhere?
Yes.
How many roughly you got from?
2,000, yeah, for me. So that's a small number. Your instructor will have.
Better than us.
Yeah, he will have many, many more.
I also
Shoot.
made 2.
Sorry?
I two. Yeah,
Two
second
tandems.
one.
Two tandems.
You have a 2,000 and she's got 2.
And you're going
You-
15,000 feet today?
Yeah.
No, we told my
Your insurance must be absolutely high
My what?
price. Your insurance, your life insurance. No?
No insurance.
That's a good one.
Yeah, my wife.
That means you trust your parachute.
I trust my parachutes. Yeah.
Do you
I
ever
keep them away from the wife.
have is someone else does the parachute for you setting up?
Yeah, we've got packers in there.
The-
and, we use packers as well.
Unbelievable.
But generally, I try and pack my own.
That's,
Oh, that's his dad's
yeah,
advice.
my father used to say that.
Generally, I do try. No, but all our packers are skydivers. That they all,
No, we were here last week, and unfortunately, they
you got cancelled.
So it's,
That's the thing, being in the fens, all the wind. That's our biggest enemy here in the fens, the wind.
British weather.
But today's looking good, so you're on the first load.
I know, we made sure.
And we are going to have
So I was a bit windswept afterwards, and then the adrenaline came down, and then the tiredness hit me because we woke up at about 3:30 that morning to leave my house at about 4 to get there to be the first in the queue, because we learnt our lesson on Wednesday. But then it was just so exhilarating and such a surreal experience. And here's our post-interview.
So you have gone and you have come down all the way from 15,000 feet, right? So what in the world made you do this? Why did you do this, guys?
Let me say, I forgot all my words up in the airplane. I don't know what to say now. No, I'm joking. Good experience, and it was good fun to be together and found this, what we planned. Praise the Lord for everything.
Amen.
I'm glad I did it with these guys, because I think I would have run away if it wasn't for these guys, because it is a lot of praying. The scripture that got me through is I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because honestly, like, woo, but it was very surreal but amazing hair-raising experience, one of a kind. I want to do it again. I'd want to do it again.
Yeah. So about you, Letitia, how was your experience?
You know, it was my second, I think last. Yeah, I did. But it was such a fun in airplane with them, just chatting, and supporting each other, and encouraging to not be afraid. And I did it to support Samantha in her project, to support the conversation community. That was my main purpose. I joined her.
Fantastic. So what is the purpose of raising these funds? What are you trying to raise the funds
Can
for?
I just say before that, so you can see the initial plan was 10,000.
Yeah.
And then we got coaxed into 5,000 more. And these guys who jumped in it, literally jumped
Samantha.
And I'm like, I thought I was brave, but these guys are fantastic. So we actually did 15,000, 5,000 more. Why? The purpose, well, I've done the video already, but just because I love the community and I feel led to bless the families. And you guys want to explain why?
Yes, you would do this. We wanted to support, we wanted to raise money to support our children, to give them more educational opportunities, to learn more, to grow in Christ, and together doing amazing things.
Fantastic.
Exactly what
Amen.
Leticia said. We just like to support and encourage others to do these things. And we're raising this money for our children to be educated and do that with them.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Such a blessing to be around like-minded and lovely families like this. Doing our kids together and doing life together. It's just, I'm grateful. So,
And everyone can do it, everyone can join.
Yes.
We are the parents, mom and dad.
Amen. Well done, guys.
well done, guys.
Well done.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Surreal watching that back, and brings back such good memories. The thing that I think sticks out the most is that amidst all the nervousness and the palpitations, heart palpitations, it was a really good experience. It was a really good day, and I just thank God. I thank God for the opportunities to do things like that. He's definitely made me a thrill seeker, and the scripture that really kept me going throughout it all was Philippians, I think 4:19. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And it was quite interesting to me. The thoughts that were going through my head were things like it reminded me of times when I'd stepped out of my comfort zone or had to overcome fears and, pray and speak to myself and speak to God and ask him for help to do things like getting married. I remember the morning of when I got married, I was like, I was struggling to breathe a bit, and anxiety maybe, and I had a lovely bridesmaids and people with me that just helped me pray before I went in, and I'm glad, obviously it was the best day, and I just got over it. And things like giving birth, like, because I was feeling a bit very apprehensive as we were going to the aeroplane and then flying up towards the sky, and it seemed like a really long time, and I noticed that I had a lot of anxiety from like around here to the bottom of my stomach, and I was just breathing really deeply, and I saw actually there was a few girls behind me doing the same, and it's just interesting how we all handle our challenges really, and when we're facing situations, like what do we do? And I thank God that, you know, he says he's always with us, he'd never leave us nor forsake us. So it really helped me to just pray. And there was one point, I was sitting next to Letitia actually when we were going up, and her instructor, I think, must have noticed. I thought I was holding it down, but obviously wasn't, because he grabbed my hand and he just nodded and gave me a reassuring smile, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And I just realized I love doing things that do push me out of my comfort zone, and then it really reminded me about even the whole home education experience, like when I felt like I was being led to that, the actual fear I felt, and overcoming that and trusting God in that, and reminding myself, okay, Sam, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do hard things. That is one of classical conversation sayings, like you can do hard things. And I think the more you are stretched and step out of your comfort zone and overcome fears, the more that's transferable into other areas. And I just want to encourage you, if God has made you, wired you, or if you've got something that, you know, you desire, I believe that God puts desires on our hearts, you know, good ones, wise ones. And, you know, you got to weigh up the cost, because I know some people think that doing something like a skydive is unwise. I'm not naive to think that people have different opinions, like why would you do that? And I got a bit of backlash, and I totally understand it, and I know it's from a good place, and I really do appreciate it. But it, you know, you weigh up the cost of everything, and actually, because it is dangerous, there are dangers, there's actually a lot of safety measures in it. So I just want to, you know, they always carry 2 parachutes in case one fails. And if the parachute doesn't deploy at a certain height, it will automatically, say for whatever reason, maybe the instructor passes out or the person operating the parachute passes out, it will come out by itself. So, you know, I think when things are so scary, and in this country we've got a lot of health and safety laws, and, you know, and I just think everything has a risk, everything. And so actually it was so dangerous, it was safe. I know that sounds so contradictory, but there's a lot in place to protect you, and they do hundreds of jumps a day without no hiccups. So, and each instructor has done in the thousand, I mean like double figure thousands of, my one did about 20,000. He's been jumping for about 20 years. And so, you know, and Nick, the other dad I was with, he works with electrics, and he even said, well, actually, it's probably safer to jump out of the plane than him working with electrics. And, you know, so long as you follow the health and safety, and you don't do anything silly, and you're you know, you go somewhere reputable and that has stringent safety in place, then, you know, you should be fine. So, and you know, I just, again, I'm like, okay, there's risk everywhere, and if we live always being scared to do things, you won't do anything. And I've never been one to live like that. I've always have, but yet I'm not. So I say I'm all mouth. Like when I was singing, I was like, yeah, I can't wait. And then I knew, because I know myself, I was like, oh, I know what I'm like. So say for instance, if I go on a roller coaster, a big one, I like roller coasters too, and I'm like, yeah, I see it, and I'm like, yeah. And then I'm in the queue and I'm like, oh my God, like, why? And I actually remember turning to Letitia in the plane and I was like, whose idea was this? Why are we doing this? And it's my idea. So it was fully my idea. So I had no excuse, sorry. And Letitia, she's so stoic, she's so calm, and she was just like, just very like she went into herself, and I was more like like I felt like I was in labor, and in the video when I saw that, when I was coming out of the plane, I was literally like I was just like, oh my gosh, Sam, why are you so nuts? Like, but I just have it in me, like I like to grasp life with both hands. It's short, and just whatever God has for me. So I'm glad it's done, and you'll be pleased to know I would actually do it again. I would do it again. I don't think that's going to be the fundraising thing we're going to do next year. Letitia says she's not doing it again. That was her second one. Nick said he might do it again, but I think we'll try something different every year. So I just want to say, for all who have supported us, I appreciate you so much. I thank you. I thank God that we're here, we're safely on the ground, and it was just such a good experience. And now I'm in the midst of just doing a lot of admin, a lot of preparation to get the community back up and running on the September the 11th we start. And that's why I've had to change these videos to fortnightly, because I'm just so snowed under, and I've taken on another role of I don't know if those of you remember my previous videos where I explained about the different programs in Classical Conversations. Well, I'm now taking on an essentials leader, so I will be classical skill leading the parents in essential. That's more the grammar side, the more English and maths, mental math side. So I'm taking on that role, as well as the whole community leader, and it's so exciting. The families that God has brought on, it's grown exponentially. I love that word now, since doing that in math, and God is the God of not just multiplication but exponentiation, and that means, like, you know, the numbers, like, to the power of, like, he's like bunny rabbits, they can have hundreds and hundreds of babies. Yeah, so I am taking on new challenges again, that I had to overcome that, and it's interesting when you build yourself up in the Lord. So literally I was praying and I was like, okay, Sam, you can do all things through Christ, all right. And it's like, you can actually talk to yourself and you know, encourage yourself, and you've always got God there. And so whatever he leads you to, he's not going to forsake you, and he'll give you the strength, the power, the wisdom, and to overcome fears. There's a saying, I don't know how true this is, I need to research it, but apparently fear is mentioned about 365 times in the Bible, and that means one for every day, because you're always going to have something you're going to need to overcome. But we are overcomers, and you can do all things with Christ who strengthens you. And I just pray that you have an amazing home ed year, whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is God's led you to. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I hope your plans are going well for going back to learning. If you follow, you know, we have been doing learning over the summer, not as structured, but secretly I'm actually looking forward to get back to our structure more. And it's going to be challenging for my son as well, because he's going up to essentials and I'm kind of looking forward to being his leader in that, and at home, you know, tackling new things, because he's overcome a lot, and he's getting better now with his reading and his numbers, and it's just, you know, the compound effect. We're all just growing, and I'm appreciative of that so much. So I just want to say God bless you all, thank you again, and look forward to seeing you in a fortnight. Bye.